I'd like you to welcome Gary Harkness talking on the topic, the Smart People's Secret. Smart People's Secret, Gary Harkness.
Did you know it's a fact that we share the DNA... Sorry, I'll start. Did you know that we share 99% of the DNA of a chimpanzee? So there's very little difference between us and a chimpanzee DNA-wise. I don't know about you, but if you've been to the zoo lately and had things flung at you by a chimpanzee, you may find that hard to actually believe. Keep that in mind for a moment. Now let's think of three people just off the top of our heads. Kylie Minogue perhaps, Roger Federer and, I don't know, Barack Obama. Our DNA to those three people must be much, much closer than that very high number of 99% that it was to be a chimpanzee. Now they're all three very differing people, but one thing they have in common is that without a doubt, they are successful people. Successful at their chosen field of endeavours. My point being, what makes them successful and what makes successful people successful in general? Well, I'm here to share a secret with you, and it's a smart secret, as will become evident later. It is my belief that these people are so successful because they are incredibly good at setting goals, and it's goal setting that I want to speak about this evening. Now, I'd ask you all to be my human whiteboard if you could. Just gather a piece of paper at the moment and write the word SMART on it if you can. Now, it's an acronym for the way to set goals. And I will run you through each letter, and from this night forward, we will all be better goal setters. Stephen Covey wrote the book, The 7 Habits of Successful People, and he guessed that only 3% of the people in America actually set goals and wrote them down. So, if we want to be successful, if we want to be in that top 3%, we need to set our goals. What does the S stand for in the word SMART? It means specific. So what I'm saying there is, when we set a goal, we need to be specific. I'll give you an example. Let's say we think we're overweight. To set the goal of, I need to lose weight, is not good enough. You need to be specific about the weight, the amount of weight you may perhaps want to lose. So make it realistic. Make it, I need to lose 5 kilos, or I need to lose insert the weight here. So this is just an example we'll run through of how it's going to work. The letter M stands for measurable. We need to have that goal to be measured. So let's continue along that thinking for a moment. It needs to be specific. I need to lose 5 kilos. And how are we going to measure that? I need to lose 5 kilos by Christmas. I need to lose 5 kilos in 12 months. It needs to be measurable, something you can chart your progress against. We now come to the letter A. It needs to be attainable, is what the letter A stands for. It's no use setting yourself an unrealistic goal. I, for example, would be stupid to set myself the goal of ever being Miss Universe. Not that I couldn't answer the questions, I just don't look too fast in the swimsuit. So it needs to be attainable. It needs to be something that is not outlandish, something you can work towards. In this example, 5 kilos isn't 120 kilos isn't an unrealistic number. It's something that is realistic. So we've got the S-M-A-R covered off. Now the T. It needs to be time-bound. It's all well and good having this goal, but unless we've got some figure in mind towards the end of it, we don't know what we're really working towards. So here we get back to it again. Set yourself a time by which you need to achieve this goal, and it'll all help you work closer towards it. So that's just an example, and it's a fairly bland example, or an example we can all relate to, but in your work life, your professional life, or work life, I think they mean the same thing, your personal life, you may want to set yourself goals and keep that acronym in mind when doing so. Another very helpful tip when setting goals, and Stephen Covey talks about this, he calls this habit number 2, that he thinks is a very good habit to have, is work your way back from the ultimate destination you're trying to achieve. Now, what he means by that is, and also make the goal as vivid and as fresh in your mind so you can almost touch it. Plan that you're already achieving that goal, then work your way back from having achieved it to now. So let's say, for example, my goal is to go on a holiday to far north Queensland at Christmas time. That's my goal. So the way I achieve that is to picture myself on the beach in far north Queensland, and as I said, work my way back from there. Okay, I've got a towel. I need to buy a towel. I've had to book the travel arrangements. I've had to buy some luggage. I've had to research the internet. All the things working back to this step now, where I find myself here today. So there's 2 tips on how to achieve goals. As I said, only 3% apparently of people set themselves goals and write them down. And if you do so, you'll be far better off than many other members of society out there if your thing is achieving goals. So that's just a brief summary on a very interesting topic that I find of goal setting. Thank you for attending.